Okay, what do we have today? I decided to do something, okay? First of all, hope you are all great as fuck, great as hell, and fine as damn, okay? What do we have today? I wanna complete my session of English Duolingo application. I'm using that in order to improve my English, master some degrees, master some, levels in English. My English is good right now, but I need to practice more. So, first of all, I'm gonna start my lesson. Okay? Sorry, guys. My dad just stepped in, okay? Let's continue. First, I'm gonna complete my session. After that, we will move to what I got today, what I understood today, and what I learned today in real life. Not just English. I'm not just talking about English, okay? First, let's start this shit. Okay, the question is that complete the sentence. Blanket going to this supermarket, blanket going to the post office. The first question is a simple, the first sentence is a simple sentence. The second one is questionary. Okay, the first one, because it's not questionary, we are going to use, we have two options. We aren't and aren't we. Okay, the first sentence, because it's not questionary, we are going to put we are not.
We aren't.
And the second question, and sorry for that, guys. Okay, as I was talking to you, because the first sentence is not questionary, we are going to use the simple one. We are not, or we aren't going to the supermarket. The second one is aren't we going to post office? Because the sentence is questionary, we should and we have to use the question, marks, the question, I don't know what the hell they call it. We just use aren't. We put the R at the first because it's questionary. Okay, I don't know any grammar, but it just comes to my mind that this one is the right one. Okay, the next one. The next one is complete the sentence. Alicia don't have a credit card, but blanket and blanket have crush. It's a questionary. We should use doesn't she? The first blanket goes doesn't. The second one goes she. So Alicia doesn't have a credit card, but doesn't she have crush? Doesn't she have cash? I'm sorry, first I said crush. Okay, that was all good. Nice job.
Why hasn't the store opened yet?
Okay, I need to record my voice in order to complete the sentence. I need to record it, okay?
Why hasn't the store opened yet?
Listen.
Why hasn't the store opened yet?
So, why
Why
hasn't the store opened yet? That was all great. I'm awesome because it's been 5 fucking years that I'm learning English, okay? The second one, complete the sentence. Blanket, when day last night? Blanket, when day last night? The second one, blanket, when day. So, because the first one was questionary, we should use wasn't it? Wasn't it? Or a simple sentence for beginners. Was not it? Was not it? Was not it? But that's kind of cringe. That's cringe. So I simply say, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
It wasn't.
It wasn't Wednesday. Wasn't the Wednesday last night. Wasn't Wednesday last night. It wasn't Wednesday. Okay, the next one, complete the sentence. Why didn't blanket the paper? So it's questionnaire, so we should use why didn't she sign the paper? Why didn't she sign the paper? That's a questionnaire. Yeah, I'm all great at this. And I got 2 points for that because all the sentences one by one, they are all great. So fill in the blanket. The second one, the next one, the next question or the next exam, what the fuck we called it, I just say fill in the blanket. Okay, the blanket is your suitcase. Your suitcase, we have two options. Isn't that. So both are questionary, but we should use this, we should see the sentence. It says your suitcase, you know, it mentioned something. So if we say, is your suitcase, what the hell you mean by that? What the hell is it going to make a sense? It's not going to make a sense to say, is your suitcase? It doesn't make any sense. So we should use, isn't that your suitcase? The next one, complete the sentence by filling the blanket. Okay, why haven't blanket dinner yet? So we should use, we have two options, they and eaten, because they is for person and eaten is the perfect past, I'm sorry, present perfect. So we should use, why haven't they eaten. You can say eaten or you can say eaten. Both are correct. If I'm mistaken, if I'm making some mistake, correct me. Okay, the next one. I'm all great. The next one, complete the sentence. Why shouldn't blanket early? We have two options, arrive and day. So the correct way of saying this is, we should put they at first. Why shouldn't they arrive? Why shouldn't they arrive early? That's it. Fill in the blanket. The blanket is why blanket studying. So it's a questionnaire. So we should use why he isn't studying or why isn't he studying. We should use why he isn't not studying, because we cannot use two question marks, you know, one by one, or at the first. Let me make it simple. When we have a question and it starts with why, where, or this, we cannot use, you know, is, are, they after that, because that doesn't make any sense. So we should use why he is not studying. We cannot make two questions. We cannot put two question marks one by one after one. So the correct one is why he isn't studying. Fuck. The first wrong answer. Why isn't he studying? I understood something, that sometimes we make mistake, but we should learn from mistakes. I'm not complete, but I can be complete in something. We cannot be complete, because being complete means if you want to be complete, you have to have all the knowledge in the world. So we cannot be complete, but we can be complete and perfect at one special area. Okay, so the correct one was why isn't he studying? Got it. The next one, complete the sentence. Why are they talking? Questionary. Why aren't they studying? So because at first we said why isn't he, I said why he isn't, so that was wrong. Why he isn't is wrong, so we should say why isn't he. So here we have aren't and they, so we should use why aren't they studying? Why are they talking? Why aren't they studying? That's the correct one. Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to sit down?
See?
Wouldn't you like to sit down?
This is the next one. Wouldn't you like to sit down? Wouldn't you like to sit
down?
Check. That's all correct. The next one, fill in the blanket. Why we don't go together? Why don't we go together? Why we don't go together? Oh shit, I made a mistake. Why don't we go together? Yeah, why don't we go together? Okay, fill in the blanket. The next one, I can't have a dog. I can't have a dog. Why can't you have a dog? Why can't you have a dog? Yeah, we learned it. Fill in the blanket. Why drink some water? Why doesn't he drink some water? Why doesn't he drink some water? That's the correct one. The next one, fill in the blanket. Why shouldn't the children play? Why the children shouldn't play? Why the children shouldn't? That's a missing. Okay, where shouldn't the children play? Where shouldn't the children play? Yeah, the correct one is where should not the children play? They shouldn't play in the kitchen. Yeah, that's correct. The next one, complete the sentence. This one is kind of crazy. My brother wouldn't enjoy this movie. Why wouldn't he enjoy it? Why he wouldn't enjoy it? Why wouldn't he? Hope it's correct. Yeah, that's correct. I'm right. The next one. Why Blanket finished his homework yet? So it's a present perfect. Present perfect is so fucking crazy and so hard, but it's not as hard as inversion. I don't know inversion yet, so let's keep going. Why he hasn't finished his homework? Why hasn't he? Yeah, that's correct one. 5 combos. Got it. Yes, 1 point. I got 1 point. The next one. Fill in the blanket. Why isn't he studying? That was the mistake that I made, and it brought to me to fix it. Okay, and instead of saying why he isn't studying, we should say why isn't he? Why isn't he studying? Yeah, that was the correct one. That was the best correct one. Okay, the next one. It says let's fix some mistakes. No energy needed. Okay, continue. Why we don't go together? Why we don't go together? So we should use why don't we go together? Why don't we go together? Yeah, I got it. Why don't we go together? Yes, this session is completed, and I got a high score. It's not about getting the most XP, but if it was, you don't know. Yes, you're acing your English lesson today. You practiced 83 words today with an average accuracy of 98%. So 98%. The exam was 98% correct that I had today. So show it off. No, I'm not the person who shows off. So today's lesson is done. First, I want to say what I'm learning right now on Duolingo. Okay, I have English, session in Duolingo. I have Swedish lesson. I have music. I have chess, and I have math. But math is crazy because I'm not good at math. I'm a geek in math, but in my own language, not in English, because I don't understand most of them. Okay, so as we finished our session, what do we got right now? We have to get something out of it, and to get something out of it, I want to start talking about something serious. What did I got today? Today I understood something. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm not looking at the camera a lot because I'm searching for something. I was talking to ChatGPT today. I was messaging him, and I understood something. User request for help. 242. Yes, the first one. What the hell I said? I said, hey, do me a favor. I asked ChatGPT to do me a favor, and she said yes. Okay, I said create a plan, and said he asked me which kind of plan you want. A life plan, a business or money making plan, a fitness plan, a setting plan, a career plan, a content creation plan, something else. And I was confused that all these things, a life plan, we need that. Business and money making plan, we need it. Fitness plan, we need to be fit, we need to be energy, we need to have energy in order to work, in order to act, in order to be perfect, in order to be informed. Whatever fuck you're doing in your life, you need to have energy. Okay, so I said all of them, but I don't know where to start. I said all these plans are good, but I don't know where to start. So he said something crazy. Okay, that's actually a good place to start. When everything feels important, the first step is avoid trying to fix everything at once. Based on what I know about you, you're interested in I'm not going to say this, but I'm saying it, in building a stable future, earning a legitimate income, growing as content creator, and eventually being financially ready for marriage. Those goals fit together well if you tackle them in the right order. So it says that all goals can be planned at once, but you need to fix them one by one and put them together in order not to be confused. If you don't want to be confused, you need to have a good plan to use all these things. Okay, so what I told him? I said, I'm a good listener. For God's sake, if you're talking to me and you're not talking shit, you're talking something serious, for example, you have a problem or you want to talk to someone, I'm the person that I can listen. I have I have 4 or 5 friends around myself and one best. That's it. I have too many friends. For example, my too many friends are 4. Some people, they have tens of thousands of friends, families, but I have 4 friends and one best friend, and I can die for him because he's like my brother. I love him. I really love him because I appreciate him because he's in my skill. So I said, I'm a good listener, so ask me questions one at a time and make plan based on what I'm telling you about questions. So he asked me the first question. I'm not going to tell the answers, okay? I'm just telling you the questions and you're going to think about it, okay? The first question is that, imagine it's 10 years from today. What would make you look back and say, I made it? Don't think about what's realistic right now. Tell me what your ideal life looks like. What kind of work are you doing? How much money do you have or earn? Where are you living? What kind of person have you become? What else is important to you? Take your time and answer in as much detail as you want. So my answer was, I told you I'm not going to tell my answers, but I will say, okay. For the answer, I simply said, I'm thinking about sitting on a chair with my wife on the balconies and balcons, what the fuck we call them, the front roof that we set to view some sights, okay? Forget it, balcons, and thinking or talking about past and thinking what kind of impression I have right now on people's life. So I told him that I would be sitting on a balcony with my wife, talking to each other or thinking about that, what kind of impression I had on people's life, on other people's life, and am I important enough for society? Am I good enough to act good on society? So what kind of impression I have right now on people's life, and I have a name for myself, not just famous. I don't want fame, but success. Not just money, but freedom. My goal is not money. My goal is freedom. Freedom, that's it. My goal is freedom. My goal is not fame. I have 2 things in my life always. I don't want to be famous. I want to be successful. I don't want to be rich. I want to be free. They're 2 different things. Let me tell you something. I don't know you understand this or not, but I don't want to be wealthy. I want to be rich. I don't want to be wealthy. I don't want anything. I don't care about wealth. I want to be rich. And in my opinion, the theory that I have, I'm saying that wealthy people, they have money, they have big businesses, but the rich people, they have communication, they have freedom, they have a good lifestyle, they are happy, I'm not saying they're always happy, because everyone and every single, point of their life, they have problems. But I'm saying that we should understand this, that we are not going to be, wealthy. I know so many people, they have millions of dollars, but they are not rich. They don't understand the fuck. They just know how to make money. I don't want to know, I don't want to, just understand how to make, thousands of money, tons of money. I just want to be rich. I want to know everything. I want to be successful. I want to be free. I am free right now, and I want to be more free. That's it. That's what I want from life. What the fuck everyone is going to do with me, I don't care. I do my work, I do my business, I keep going, and I will do every single thing that comes to my mind, that comes to my way, okay? So, fuck, my phone just died. It's working. My phone is broken, it's crushed. I need to restart it right now, okay? I'm so sorry for that. When I restart it, I'm gonna finish my sentence. I see. It's fucking broken. I have only one phone, and that's working. The camera that I'm right now recording inside mine is my brother's phone, and I borrowed it. So I was telling you that the theory of being rich and being wealthy, they are two different things. I know so many fucking people, they have millions, billions of dollars, but they are not, mindful. They are not, free, or they are not happy, or they are not aware of what's going on around themselves. So I don't want to be that kind of person. I want to be free for myself. I want to be rich, that's it. So let's keep going on the questions. The next question, what was the next question, ChatGPT, you fuck man? Okay, the next question was, let me go to that part. Yes, I said that, the interesting thing is that what ChatGPT said about that sentence or feeling that I had, he said, that's a strong vision, and it tells me something important. Your goal isn't simply to become rich. It sounds like you want a peaceful life with your wife, a freedom to choose how you spend your time, to build something that genuinely improves other people's life. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's why I'm recording this fucking thing. It's not just for me, okay? Every single thing that I'm saying is for other people. If they understand, if they don't understand, I don't care. There are people who are listening right now, and they understand what I'm saying, okay? He said, to earn respect because of your accomplishment and character, not just because you're famous. That's a good one. To be able to look back with pride and say, I used my life well. And that's solid foundation for a long-term plan. Now, let's move to the next question. The second question that ChatGPT asked me was, if money was completely taken off the table, meaning you would never have to worry about paying bills again, what would you choose to spend your days doing? Do you think about what pays the most? Don't think about what pays the most. Think about what you'd willingly spend your years mastering and building because you enjoy to believe it's meaningful. Okay, what did I say? I said, telling the truth, searching for it, and knowing the right thing. And it's my passion, because I like and I love talking to people who listen. I'm not talkative, but I talk a lot when I know someone is listening. Okay, I'm sorry, I want to fix this. I like talking to people who listen. I'm not talkative, but I talk a lot when I know someone is really listening, because I know that knowledge comes from learning, and the more you learn and teach, and the more the more you learn and teach, the more you grow, more than those who you teach. I said that the more you learn and teach to others, the more you learn. For example, you learn something, you teach to others, you learn more about that. Because you're trying to underestimate something for other people. So in that case, you're going to understand it way better, way fucking better, okay? So what did he say? He said, that's an insightful answer. What I hear is that your motivation isn't primarily money at a status. You seem to be driven by curiosity and desire to understand what is true. Meaningful conversation rather than talking for the sake of talking. Teaching and sharing ideas once you have learned them. Continuous growth through learning and helping other people, others learn. Okay, those qualities can fit many paths: education, content creation, public speaking, writing, sales, leadership, or entrepreneurship. We won't choose yet, okay? We'll keep gathering information before building your plan. Okay, the third question. What was the third question? That was the good one. That was the question that I liked the most. It was, when do you feel most alive or energized? Think about a specific moment, for example, solving difficult problems, debating ideas, leading people, creating videos or content, selling or negotiating, reading and researching, building a business, helping someone through a difficult situation. Tell me about 1 or 2 moments in your life when you felt, this is exactly what I want to be doing, okay? I had a long answer for that. I said, I feel mostly alive when people don't say good things about me just because I didn't do something bad. I feel mostly alive when people don't say good things about me just because I didn't do something bad, or just because I'm not dangerous, okay? I don't want people to have a good view of me without knowing my inner self. I am not saying I don't like people talking good about me. I'm saying I know me enough to talk about me enough. And when I'm doing the thing that I was procrastinating over and over. Okay, 2 things. 1, I don't want to people, exaggerate on me, telling a lot of good things about me when they don't know me. Know me enough, talk about me enough. That's it. The second one was that, when I'm doing the thing that I was procrastinating over and over. These 2 things, I feel alive when I do this. And what ChatGPT said, that's an interesting distinction. That's an interesting distinction. Yeah, distinction. I'm hearing 2 things. You want to be understood, not merely liked. Yeah, that's what I want. You don't want praise that's based on assumptions or the fact that you haven't done anything wrong. You want people to know your values, your character, and your intention before they form an opinion. The second one, you feel energized, when you finally act. After procrastinating on something, actually starting and making progress gives you a strong sense of momentum. That gives me a clue about your personality. You seem to value authenticity over approval and action over conform, even if getting started is sometimes the hardest part. That's it. Question 4. The question 4, what did he ask? Imagine you're in the 80s. You are 80 years old, okay? Looking back on your life, what would be your biggest regret, okay? I'm asking, ChatGPT said. I'm not asking what are you afraid of. I'm asking what outcome would make you think I wasted my life. Take your time with it. Take your time with this one. It's an important question. I said, I know that I am not a bad person. and I know my potential. When I think about that from another, so when I think about it from another side, I can say that you could be the one you wanted to be. You had the potential, but you wasted over people's thoughts. You didn't get your act together. ChatGPT said that's one of the clearest answers you have given so far. Your biggest fear doesn't seem to be failure. It seems to be unused potential. That's great. Use your potential, boys. If I had to summarize what you have shared so far, I'd say you want a meaningful life, not just comfortable one. You want to leave a positive impact on people. You enjoy speaking truth and sharing what you learn. You want to be known for who you really are, not for an image. Okay, you believe you have more potential than you're currently using. You worry that procrastination and paying too much attention, you worry that procrastination and paying too much attention to other people's opinion could stop you from becoming the person you believe you can. So, okay. You worry that procrastination and paying too much attention to other people's opinion could stop you from becoming the person you believe you can be. That gives us a strong starting point. Okay. Can I choose more than one? Okay. That's it, guys. So my dad just called me that I should go and give him a massage because he's tired and he came back from work. And so that's it, guys. Work on your life. Don't fucking think about what people think, because whatever you do, if it's cringe, if it's crazy, they are going to forget it as soon as they pass by you, as soon as you get off their face. As soon as get off from their face, they're going to forget what the hell did you do. Even if two people are I'm so sorry for saying that, even if two people are fucking each other and in park, and everyone sees it, everyone is looking at them, they will forget what happened tomorrow, because they don't care. They have a lot of problems to care about, so they don't care about you. Just for 5 seconds they say, what is he doing? For 5 seconds when they are passing by you, they would say, what the hell is he doing? And they will forget it. That's it. Have a great time. Wish you the best. I hope you get what I'm saying. That was a long video and long talking. I'm so talkative. I'm so sorry for that. Love you guys. Subscribe to my channel, and we will keep growing together.